Hi, I'm Odd Dragon Neckbeard. This past week, Donald Trump's ICE raids have started. Let me tell you a little story. In the 1930s, the Los Angeles Welfare Department began deporting hospital patients of Mexican descent. One woman was a woman with leprosy. She was taken from the hospital by orderlies, driven over the Mexican border, and dropped off in Mexicali, Mexico. These were part of a series of events called repatriation raids or repatriation drives. These were a series of informal raids that took place during the Great Depression. With these raids, up to 2 million Mexicans were deported. 60% of those were United States citizens. And this is when the rhetoric started that they were stealing our jobs and taking our welfare. Former California State Senator Martha M. Escutia has said that growing up in East LA, her immigrant grandfather never even walked to the corner store without his passport for fear of being stopped and deported. Even after he became a naturalized citizen, he continued to carry it with him. In these raids, there was no due process. There were no legal protections. They were loaded up onto trucks, buses, or trains and deported deep into Mexico. The most well-known of these raids was a raid that took place in 1931 at La Placida Park in Los Angeles. Up to 400 people were at this park, and it is said that police blocked the exits. Eyewitnesses say that police were told to round up anybody that quote-unquote looks brown. Almost every bit of them 400 people were rounded up and repatriated. Now, these raids were almost totally absent from the legal system. But the Hoover administration had a slogan, American jobs for real Americans. They did this because Mexican immigrants were the scapegoat for what happened in the fall of the stock market. And they thought that these Mexican immigrants were taking jobs that real Americans needed. In a 2017 paper circulated by the National Bureau of Economic Research, they said the repatriation of Mexicans, who are mostly laborers and farm workers, reduced the demand for other jobs mainly held by non-immigrants, such as skilled craftsmen and managerial, administrative, and sales jobs. In fact, it may have further increased their levels of unemployment and depressed their wages. It goes on to say that Hoover's decision to raise tariffs on imports is what prolonged the Great Depression. And even under FDR, who was softer on immigration, these raids didn't totally stop until the Broquero program. And it only stopped because the U.S. needed wartime labor. This has been Odd Dragon Neckbeard. We'll see you next time.